To get access to them, it's necessary to open the crankcase. So the first step is to remove the crank from the left-hand side of the crankcase. As before, slacken off the bolt with a 6mm AF hexagonal wrench and lever the crank off the crank axle. And repeat for the opposite side. Remove the right hand wheel retaining bolt, which is a standard right hand thread, and withdraw the spring washer. And repeat for the left hand side, remembering that the left hand bolt is a left hand thread, so it's necessary to turn clockwise to release the left hand bolt. Again, remove the spring washer. Then, using a 2.5mm AF hexagonal wrench, remove all the crankcase fasteners. This includes the fastener which is at the bottom of the well and the fastener that connects to the crosspiece. Apart from the crosspiece fastener, all other have got spring washers underneath the head. Then gently lever the crankcase apart and withdraw the right hand side. This exposes the transmission. The longer chain, which is a 1/4 inch pitch, can then be removed from the rear wheel and the lay shaft. And then the lay shaft can be wiggled out of position, which comes away with the 1/2 inch chain and the crank axle. Replacing the 1/2 inch and the 1/4 inch chains, ensure the freewheel is locking up in the correct direction. And then assemble the 1/2 inch chain. This sub-assembly with the bearings all in place can then be dropped into the crankcase. The rear wheel can then be laid in place and the 1/4 inch chain passed around the lay shaft and around the drive axle. Then ensuring that the black plastic chain rubbing strip is passed onto the opposite side of the chain. Carefully manoeuvre the right hand side of the crankcase into position. The crankcase must locate in the 4 holes in the lower tube. Then reassemble the crankcase using the fasteners, ensuring that there is a spring washer under the head of each fastener. When the fastener is inserted into the crosspiece joint, it is important that some thread lock is added. This prevents vibration causing the fastener to loosen. Finally, reassemble the rear wheel using the standard right hand thread bolt on the right hand side, and remembering that the left hand bolt is a left hand thread. Tighten both fasteners to the torque recommended in the user manual. The cranks can then be replaced, remembering to put the left hand pedal, normally marked with an L, on the left hand side of the bicycle, and tighten up using the 6mm AF hexagonal wrench to the torque specified in the user manual. When replacing the cranks, it's important that the outside face of the crank and the end of the crank axle are level. check that everything is free running. Freewheel and